Alright, everybody, this is going to be the first post, I guess, for 2024. So happy new year for the channel, and for all of my subscribers and any potential new viewers, welcome. I am the farming nurse. My name is Jonathan. I am a registered nurse in the state of Texas, newly registered and licensed. I got my license back in November of 2023. And that's really the point of this video, is to kind of introduce what's going on in this channel, what it's all about. As you can see in the description of the channel, obviously it talks about doing some nursing things, some gardening things, and a little bit of some product review on some things that I use. I would like to hone in a little bit on what that content will be, but because it's still so very early on, we don't really know what this channel is going to look like and the content that it's really going to have. So I'm keeping it a little bit more broad for that reason. But I did want to go into the nursing side real quick and give some of those nursing students that are just going back into their quarter after the holidays. You should have been in school now for just about 3 weeks, and I just wanted to encourage y'all that you keep the momentum going the best that you can. I remember for me, coming out of specifically the Christmas break, we had 3 weeks off at my school, and it was the hardest break to overcome. Summer, we always had 2 weeks off. I know that sounds crazy for some of you who go to maybe a 4-year university. I went to an accelerated program where they had all of your courses within 2 years. It took me 3 years to complete the program because of coronavirus coming out in 2020. I was supposed to graduate in March of 2021. And when Corona hit, I have 2 small kids, and my parents were helping out with my kids, and they were both at the time in their early 60s, and my dad was driving for a rideshare company, and I just had no idea what COVID was, just like the rest of the country. And to those of you that stuck through those times when it first came out, good on you for doing that. But I was not in a place to risk my kids' health. In reality, I was actually in a place that I could take the time away from school. We were willing to prolong my graduation by 6 months. And then shortly after that, actually before that, I had failed one of my classes. And for some of those who are nursing students, that happens. And I'm sure you might be in the same boat. It was the same class for a lot of people that I have heard from on YouTube or different courses, but it was my Med-Surg 1, which is a lot of content, and my courses ran about 10 weeks each time, and it was just a lot, and I did not approach it wisely my first attempt. I'm happy to say that when I retook it, I did much better. But that also prolonged my graduation by 6 months. So I graduated in 2022. Now, some of you guys are doing some math in your head. Why did it take me a year and a half or so to get my license? Well, we moved out of state, and I had no intention of working in the state that I went to school in, which was California. Not that California is a bad state to work in, although I'm sure that some might hold that view. I just knew that we were planning on moving, and I wasn't going to pay my application fees and my registration fees for a California test and then have to pay to transfer my license to a different state. Sure, it's a little bit of money in the grand scheme of things, but I just really wasn't going to do that. Additionally, my kids at the time were in just finishing first grade and the 3rd grade, and having them be at that kind of age, going to a new state is one thing, going to a new state and to a new school can be a bit of a challenge, and I wanted to be present with them and for them if there was any emotional changes that they needed some support in, seeing as how my wife was still working full time when we had first moved. And we also were prepping our house that we were living in California to rent out, and that took a few months to get completely squared away and completely awesome, which I can share some information on that as well. So that's some good content to share with you all if you have any questions about what renting a place looks like as a landlord. Anyways, with the nursing, the license came in this last November, so that was excellent. And I just got hired on a medical surgical unit, specializing in orthopedics. So we're very stoked about this opportunity. And that's kind of where I've been the last several months, is just studying, testing, and then Thanksgiving came here, the American holiday, as well as Christmas. And we had some family visiting from the state that we used to live in, and had to do a couple interviews and been busy with the work stuff. And it's actually been fairly cold here where I live. Now, some of y'all are gonna laugh, but we've had temperatures ranging between maybe 10 degrees, and then even today, which is January 24th now, 25th, I don't even know the dates anymore, honestly, but today's high is about 47. So it's been a little bit cold for going out in the weather to do some gardening stuff. With our cold season being so short, it's not like we have a whole closet full of clothes for that, specifically like working outside and whatnot. So my wardrobe isn't exactly designed for standing out there in the cold and doing yard work, especially wet yard work, because it has been wet and it's windy as heck here as well. Typical windy days are anywhere between 15 and 25 miles per hour. So there's always a wind, and there's always that wet, and it gets to your bones here. So it's kind of difficult to sit outside unless you really love it. So that's why I haven't really posted much gardening stuff. But I will say that there are plenty of opportunities for gardening content, as we just set up our Google Sheets for our plan for the year of what we're going to be at least organizing and getting going. I've prepped a garden bed, which I will show you guys a little bit of in the coming days. And I'm going to be doing some wildflower stuff for the first time this year. Last year I tried it and I totally failed. I put it, I just didn't do it very good. This year I'm going to try to attack things with a little bit more of intentionality, try to be a lot more independent than before. And that's kind of the point of this channel, is just showing my growth. And if anyone of you viewers are along the same journey or similar journeys, you guys can glean some wisdom and some experience from me, and we can share some stories, some more stories, and just bond arms and link with prayer. And that's, like I said, the point of the story is our community growing. I hope that all of you have an excellent rest of your week and weekends, wherever you're watching from. I hope that you're all well, and I pray for blessings for all of you. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.